Welcome back into Steelers Latest, your daily spot for all news and information related to your Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content to stay up to date with everything Steelers. Let's get rolling as it's been a hectic week, but it was a slower day yesterday. And more plans for the assets we've added for Smith and Ramsey have came out. I'm gonna talk about Jonnu Smith here to begin, though. Jonnu Smith, Mark Caboli has reported that the Steelers are looking to use him as a very versatile way. He shared on his socials that the Steelers see him as a tight end, a slot wide receiver, a fullback, and outside wide receiver option also. They're looking to use him as a versatile weapon. I really find enticing the option of putting Jonnu Smith in that slot role. Now, I have been talking and raving about how I think Calvin Austin can be deadly in the slot position and how we should keep him there. But Jonnu Smith, the size at 6'3", 248, really provides mismatches in that slot role if we do use him there. And no cornerback, no nickel cornerbacks gonna be able to really guard him in that in that role, and no linebacker could really keep up with him too much last year. So that would take a safety out of the game instantly. They would have to use him on Jonnu Smith. I would feel like the real problem comes down to Arthur Smith, and if he can actually manage this offense with all this talent now on it, all the big names on it now, can Arthur Smith unlock the ability to be a good offensive coordinator this year? Jonnu Smith's career really boomed last year. It was his best season. With Arthur Smith, though, never had a season over 600 yards. So I'm really concerned about Arthur Smith. We're going to talk about Arthur Smith more later, but for now, we're going to move on to why this trade happened. Why did the Steelers move off their four-time All-Pro in Minkah Fitzpatrick? I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't even hear any rumors about Minkah Fitzpatrick getting traded, honestly. I think a lot of people were surprised when they read the name Minkah Fitzpatrick in that Jalen Ramsey trade after the news broke. 5 minutes later, you get the news it's Minkah that's leaving. It was very shocking, and then you get the news again that Janu's also in the trade package. It was a very hectic 15-minute period right there when the trade went down. But why did the Steelers move off of him? Was it miscommunication in the back end? PQ says that Minkah was not the reason for all the miscommunication at the end of last year, which the fans, I think, could see that from the field. He was clearly a leader in the secondary last year. He was not ever really a problem in the secondary. The Steelers reportedly didn't like how few splash plays he was having since they gave him the new contract, making him one of the highest paid safeties in the league. And I gotta kind of agree with them on this. When he first came to town, his first 4 seasons were fantastic. The last two, only one interception. I mean, he still has been an impact player in other ways on the defense, but when you're paying a safety that much, you need the turnovers, and he was just not creating the interceptions that you are looking for. Now, what are some possible solutions to fill in this new hole that trading Minkah Fitzpatrick leaves? There are some enticing options in the free agent market still. Now, Juan Thornhill right now is slated to be the starting free safety next year, and from the reports, he's had a very impressive start to this offseason. Too many camps, two OTAs. He's been very impressive to the coaches. So right now, I'm thinking he's more than likely gonna get a chance to rock as our free safety next year. You also have the option as like Slay's old, Ramsey's getting up there in age also. If either of them falter at cornerback to start the year, you can always think about moving them back to that free safety role. I think they could both extend their career a little bit longer if they start falling off at cornerback early in this year. But some options out there. Justin Simmons, the 4-time second team All Pro, still a free agent. And by how the Steelers have been acting all off season long and more recently, we're all in this year. This is a Super Bowl or bust season. I'm assuming a lot of pressure in the front office and on the coaching staff to win a Super Bowl this year with how many moves have been made this offseason. It's probably one of the biggest off seasons in Steelers history and just moves wise, just big splash plays you don't usually see out of the Steelers. So I think you got to fully commit. Justin Simmons, once again, 4-time second team All Pro. Didn't really have a bad year last year with Atlanta. Uh, I mean, he's 31 years old. He's a little bit older, but I think he's still got like 2, 3 years left in the tank. I think Justin Simmons would be great to match to go back there with Deshaun Elliott. I think it would be a phenomenal duo. But if we don't want to go after him, here's another option. A local option, local ties, went to Pitt for college. Jordan Whitehead. I mean, he has a lot of starting experience. He's consistently been a solid player. All his seasons, like if you look at the stats for all his seasons, they kind of just blend together. It's all very similar numbers every year. So he's a consistent player. He's going to give you solid reps every year, solid starting reps every year, but he's not going to be too flashy. I think at that point, why not just rock with Juan Thornhill? But he is an option. And then Julian Blackman, this is a younger option. He's 26 years old, and his first 3 years kind of was a struggle. The previous 2 years, he's really kind of broken out a little bit more. I think he could still kind of progress a little bit in his career, only being 26 years of age. He's still in the prime, technically, of his career or entering the prime of his career. So I think if you want to take a shot on a guy developing, kind of someone you can have back there with competition for Juan Thornhill, seeing who can kind of iron sharpens iron. That's the saying in Pittsburgh. So I think Julian Blackman would be a great option to add to the roster, just as a depth piece in general. But let's wrap up this show on the offensive side of the ball with Arthur Smith. I mentioned him earlier, and he is already showing his incompetence as reports have came out that he's struggling to find the middle ground of this offense, and I guess it's because Aaron Rodgers has always been in kind of pass-happy schemes since he is Aaron Rodgers and can basically throw the ball anywhere on the field most of his career. Not anymore, of course. So it's kind of given Arthur Smith troubles developing a scheme for this offense. And let me tell you, this is very worrisome. He is the biggest flaw on the team possibly right now. Could be Arthur Smith. I He disappointed me a lot last year. Now, if I could offer a solution, they did say him and Aaron Rodgers are working together to find a middle ground. Yay. Here's my solution. Every team should plan to be as 50-50 as possible. You want to have the defense guessing every play. You shouldn't commit to passing the ball too much. You shouldn't commit to rushing the ball too much. And with our young O line developing, they should develop and be better this year than they were last year. We've seen the development over the past couple years. They have consistently gotten a little better each year. Hopefully, there's a bigger jump this season. But if they can open up some rush lanes, you get the run game going a little early. Aaron Rodgers, he still can throw the ball relatively consistently and well consistently. If the run lanes are there, the bots, they pull it down. Aaron Rodgers, the pass game gets opened up all the way, and then he can start delivering the route, and then the defense never knows what's happening. That's in an ideal world, of course, but I just don't get it. You should plan to be as 50-50 as possible. You don't need to lean into Aaron Rodgers' style. Believe in your own style, Arthur. Believe in your own style. That's why I have no faith in you, because you seem to have no faith in yourself. But what can we do? And that has been it from Steelers Latest. I've been your host, Cole Dennis, and I will see you tomorrow.